This side Parv Arora, and I hail from the dynamic epicenter of India, also known as Delhi. I opted commerce as my stream in class 12 and secured 95% marks. And I joined IMS Delhi at the NSP Center for my IPM preparations. And I can confidently say that I have converted IIM Rohtak successfully, and I am thankful to the entire IMS team for that. I basically applied for four entrance examinations. I mainly applied for the economics honors examination for IP University, in which I secured AI 29. I applied for IPM at Rohtak as well, and I converted that. And I had applied for IIM Indore as well, and was able to clear the cutoffs. But unfortunately, the margin was not that well. Hence, I was not able to convert it, and I have also given CUET and still awaiting the results, but I hope for a good performance. Earlier, I was a bit skeptical if I even needed coaching for the exam, but at that time, there was a few 1 or 2 months back, there was the scholarship test going on, and I decided to why not just attempt it and realize how hard the paper can be. And then I realized that yes, there are some questions that are beyond the reach of the common mindset, and thus I needed coaching for the same. And yes, I totally don't regret this decision, as the my preparation went very well, and I became familiar with many new techniques to solve the existing questions, whereas I was also made familiar with newer types of questions which I had never even thought of before. Ma'am, basically managing the IP math preparations with the board preparations as well was a difficult challenge for me, as I had not been adjusted to such a routine in my past life before. Like, I would grind my board preparations the entire week and would focus on my IP math preparations as well on the weekends. I would at least try to solve one chapter every weekend and would try to solve my doubts side by side. And looking back, yes, it was a tough journey, but the efforts finally paid off, and I realized that if I had not put that amount of hard work before, I would not have been able to convert IIM Rohtak right. Earlier, I was a bit afraid of the mocks. I would say I was like, I am not that well prepared, so I should not attempt the mocks, and they would just bring my confidence down. But I gave my first mock and was able to realize that I was performing better than I had expected, and I decided to give the weekly mocks that the center conducted on the weekends, and I roughly gave 15 to 20 mocks on the offline basis, but not that much on the online ones. And I think that was a bit of the mistake. I was not that familiar with the software while attempting the real exam, but the offline mocks helped me enough and helped me to realize which areas I needed to work upon. As I earlier thought that my English was pretty well, but the mocks made me realize that yes, I needed some work, and English was the section I most excelled at in the exam. I believe that some students really neglect the importance of practice that is required to crack such examinations. Like, I overheard my teachers say that these entrance tuitions are not worth your time, and children just leave the study material as it is and it remains empty throughout the year. But I realized that yes, if you follow their advice properly and practice the questions at a regular basis, even just if you practice the basic questions and try to calculate some answers on your own instead of using a calculator, it really helps in the long run, and that small bit of practice really piles up in the end and makes you successful.